Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am working on my mission inspiration. This one is actually from May. I'm running a bit behind. I did create this in May, but the footage, it just sat there. I haven't started June at all, and we're almost done with June. So we'll see if I even get that one done. I haven't been as good as when I first started. I was doing every single month, and now, I don't know, I'm slacking. I gotta do something about that. Alright, so the colors for May's mission inspiration were Earth, Moss, and Sea. And not sure why I picked this color. Maybe because I wanted a light background, but the color they have listed for Earth looks really like a kind of a dark rusty orange, almost terracotta. So maybe I was just thinking this was a shade of that. I don't know. The theme for the mission inspiration for May was Flights of Fantasy. And then it had several words for inspiration: gnome, dragons, dream, elves, and rainbow. So I guess mine kind of goes along the lines of dream, because that's where it ends up, sort of. Yeah. You'll see, or if you saw the thumbnail, hopefully, I will pick a thumbnail that shows you what the page looks like in the end. But yeah, I'm just working on getting this background covered and just using more gesso just to get everything covered. I use a travel brochure. I don't know if I've said that before. It's got a little bit thicker pages and it works pretty well. Only this one is really thick. I think I've got like a year, maybe 2 years worth of pages in there already. I was counting them the other day. I'm not sure how many pages I have left, but it seems like a lot. Hopefully I will get June done. I want to fill this book and get it all full of mission inspiration. So this is some Tim Holtz tissue I found on clearance. Doesn't tear very well, but I felt like it was the right colors because it had some of that moss green and the terracotta earth color in there. So I'm just gonna collage a bunch of that as the background, just to create some interest. So again, as usual, per my usual, no real plan, just playing as I go. Alright, so this section where I'm collaging these bits on is too long, so I edited it, cropped it, so you didn't have to watch me do all that. And just to make it sort of incorporated again so it didn't look so patchy, I'm just scraping over the surface some white gesso with a palette knife, just to kind of merge everything back together and send all that stuff to the background. So I'm just kind of blending that back, and even after doing that, I felt like I wanted something else. So I'm taking this gray color. It's kind of got a little bit of a bluish tint to it. It's a cool gray color, and I'm not sure, because it's been a while since I actually created this project. I'm not sure if I had something in mind at this point, or if I just didn't want it to look pink. But yeah, this is going to be the sky. So at this point, I have decided to collage a napkin on there. It's kind of a safari and it's bright orange. So I pulled out I believe that's yellow ochre. It's just craft paint, so it might be a little different than, artist quality yellow ochre. But I thought it would match close enough to the napkin, and you'll see I put it up here for a second. To see how high I need to get the color. So that it will blend in better. Because I want it to blend in and look like it was painted. We'll see how well that works. Okay, so now I figure I'm ready for the napkin, and it is kind of a repeat, but it's slightly different on both sides, so I figured it would work as like a complete profile. And I'm just wetting the edge and feathering the ends so that they blend in a little bit better. I don't want to lose those birds, so I don't do it right there above the birds. In the center of the napkin, I guess, is how to say that. Now the tricky part is using matte medium to glue it in and not tear anything and try to get it smooth. Lately I've been doing it and I've been tearing my napkins or the tissue paper I'm using. I just get a little too rough. And you can see I didn't quite get it enough of the yellow ochre around, and I need more orange, so I am going to work on that as soon as the napkin dries. Okay, so this is more of an orange color, and I'm just going around trying to blend things. It helped a little bit, and then I'm just going to take some brown I have and extend those trees out a little bit, and whatever animal that was. I think it's supposed to be a lion or something. The right side turned out a little bit better than the left side, but oh well. There we go. We've extended it out. I don't think it looks too bad. Just don't look too closely. Alright, so even though I've got that, I need a focal point, and I've picked the word dream, and I decided this was like a kid's dream. And I've had this magazine image for a while. I thought it was too cute. I had to save it. So now the idea is to turn his red outfit green. That's will kind of contrast with the, and it's a muted green. I'm just muting it down with a little bit of gray there. So that it'll contrast with the background and stand out really well. So I do have to paint a couple of layers. I've sped this up even faster for this section. I go over each of the red areas a few times, doing lots of layers, trying to keep the highlights and the dimension there. There are some points where I get a little frustrated with it and just glob on the green paint like the top of his rocket. But I figured I could just cut that out, so that won't be difficult. His shirt is a little bit more difficult. Go around his sleeve and everything. But I think it looks really cute in the end. So I added a few highlights and then cut it out, and I'm digging through my Faber-Castell Pitt pens and finding all my green and yellow shades and the white one, and just using them to make everything look more 3D and a little less flat, and hopefully it helps a little bit. Alright, now let's see, we've got to put him on here. We're going to have him rocketing above the jungle, the savannah. I guess it's the African savannah? Is that where you go on safari? And I'm using my Fabri-Tac, because I figured it would hold well. And then this is just a gray Pitt brush pen that I'm blending just to give a little bit of shading. There we go. Oh yes, and now we're gonna have his rocket shooting off. Gotta add that to it, right? I think that's really cute how that turned out. The little rocket power shooting out the back of that. And I'm just taking, I believe it's a charcoal pencil, and just smearing a little dark around the edges. Just to finish it off. I kind of like to, most of the time I like to just go around and give it some sort of finished edge. Felt like that wasn't dark enough. And then I think I just put Flight of Fancy. And that's it. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.